What are the top 3 largest stocks in Li Lu's investment portfolio? Well, in this video, you guys are going to find out. I'm Ben and welcome to Motivation to Invest. Who is Li Lu? Well, Li Lu is an investment manager at Himalaya Capital Management, which has $2.38 billion in assets under management. But the interesting thing about Li Lu is Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's right-hand man, calls him a genius, and historically Li Lu has been credited with giving Buffett and Munger the ideas to invest into Chinese electric vehicle maker BYD, which actually turned out to be an incredibly successful investment. So back in 2008, Warren Buffett had his arm twisted and he ended up purchasing a 10% stake in BYD for $232 million. And today, that stake is worth $5.6 billion. So in this video, I'm going to dive into the top 3 largest stocks in Li Lu's concentrated 6-stock portfolio. Now, most investors tend to have a portfolio of over 50 stocks to ensure they're well diversified, but Li Lu prefers a more focused approach, which can lead to more risk, but also to more reward. So with that being said, let's dive in. Okay, so the first and largest stock in Li Lu's portfolio is Micron, ticker symbol MU. Now, this is the largest stock and it makes up approximately 37% of Li Lu's investment portfolio, which is incredibly high. Now, Micron is the 4th largest semiconductor company in the world, and they're one of the big 3 providers of DRAM, or dynamic random access memory, which is used in your laptop, in your tablet, and even in your cell phone. Now, the stock price nosedived from $94 per share. Now, Li Lu actually collaborated with Mohnish Pabrai on this investment, and they both were loading up on the stock at an average price of $48 per share. Now, Micron is expected to benefit from the rising and growing semiconductor industry and also the supply shortages worldwide. And we can also look at the 5G market, because I think that's a very interesting tailwind for this company. So I found this statistic: 5G devices have 50% higher DRAM and double the NAND, which is also a technology which Micron produces, versus 4G phones. Now, this is a major deal given the 5G industry is expected to grow at a blistering 52% growth rate over the next few years and reach a whopping $1.6 trillion in market value. Now, Micron makes 76% of its revenue from DRAM and the other 26% from NAND. So this is really a major deal for the company. Now, I previously did a full analysis of that company and the fundamentals of it, and also looked at the thoughts from Mohnish Pabrai. Very popular video, and I'll link to that on this video here and also in the description below for you guys to find out more. If you're new around here, feel free to join the investing family by hitting that subscribe button and turning that notification bell on. Okay, so stock number 2 in Li Lu's investment portfolio is Bank of America, ticker symbol BAC. Now, this is the 2nd largest bank in the US and 8th largest bank in the world. Now, the bank has one of the largest brick and mortar branch networks in the US and has become a one-stop shop for consumer banking, and it has a weight of 25% in Li Lu's investment portfolio. Now, this is also one of Warren Buffett's most famous investments, and it makes up approximately 11% of Berkshire Hathaway's gigantic $363 billion investment portfolio. Now, Li Lu was adding to his position in the 4th quarter of 2021 at an average price of $45 per share. So that might be a figure you want to write down so you know the value that Li Lu thinks the stock is undervalued at. Now, the good news is the stock is actually trading approximately 30% lower than that price at the time of writing. So at the moment, it's cheaper than Li Lu was buying the stock at. So as you can see from this chart here, revenue has been steadily growing over the past few years. Now, this is not a fast growth company. For example, revenue was a whopping $23.2 billion in the 1st quarter of 2022, which was only up 2% year over year. But this is quite a stable blue chip company and a great one for many people's investment portfolios, such as Buffett and Li Lu. Now, of course, I'm sure you're aware that we're living in a high inflation environment. Now, that means central banks from around the world need to try and curb this high inflation by raising interest rates. Now, the beautiful thing about a bank is with higher interest rates, people have to pay more to service their debt for their mortgage, for their loans, and thus banks tend to make more profits. Now, this is only true when banks have a large portion of their loans with variable rates, so they're not fixed rates. Now, in this case, I discovered that Bank of America actually has a very large variable loan portfolio. So that's a major deal and means this stock could act as a big inflation hedge. So according to the management of the company, for every 100 basis points rise in interest rates, net interest income is expected to increase by a whopping $6.5 billion. So this is a true inflation hedge. And according to this valuation model here, the stock is currently modestly undervalued at the current price of $37 per share. Okay, and finally, stock number 3, which is the third largest position in Li Lu's investment portfolio, and that is Warren Buffett's investment conglomerate, Berkshire Hathaway, with the ticker symbol BRK.A. Now, this makes up 13% of Li Lu's investment portfolio, and he was purchasing the stock at an average price of $280 per share, which is close to where the stock trades today, and he was buying the stock in the third quarter of 2021. Now, Berkshire Hathaway is a mammoth of the game. It's the world's largest investment conglomerate, and what's crazy about this company is it has over 360,000 employees, but just 25 people at the headquarters. Now, this unique decentralized setup is crazy, and many other companies are not run this way. But of course, they have the genius that is Warren Buffett managing the investment capital and deploying that capital into various businesses, which are wonderful businesses at fair prices or undervalued prices, which is Warren Buffett's investment strategy, which I spoke about many times on this channel. Now, in terms of the makeup of Berkshire Hathaway, this is really diverse, but really it consists of the 4 giants. So we have insurance, which includes Geico, General Re, National Indemnity, etc., which the firm owns 100% of the float of these companies. And what Warren Buffett does, which is genius, is he invests the float of these insurance companies into stocks to generate return. Now, this really acts as a dual engine and generates immense growth for Berkshire Hathaway. Now, the second major giant is Apple, which has actually been one of Berkshire's most successful investments, and this makes up a whopping 42% of Berkshire's entire investment value. And the third giant in Berkshire's portfolio is Burlington Northern Santa Fe, which is the railroad, one of the largest networks in the US, with 32,500 miles of track. And they had $6 billion in earnings, not revenue like these technology companies, in pure earnings in 2021, which is incredible. Then finally, the big giant we have is Berkshire Hathaway Energy, which earned a record $4 billion in 2021. So it's pretty clear that Berkshire Hathaway's portfolio is a real fortress to help battle against any inflation headwinds which are coming up. So really, this is a giant of the industry, and it's pretty clear why Li Lu has it as the third largest stock in his investment portfolio. So that's Li Lu's investment portfolio. If you did find this video valuable, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. It helps out tremendously with the channel. If you haven't joined the family yet, feel free to subscribe by hitting that subscribe button and turning that notification bell on. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you all have an incredible day, and I'll see you guys in our next video. Invest safe.